Hello, my name is Kim and I'll be your Pilates instructor today. If you do feel pain, discomfort, shortness of breath, dizziness, or any concern about your vascular access, then please stop and seek advice. Otherwise, relax and enjoy the movement. If at any time you feel concerned, you can just sit down, relax, find a comfortable position, breathe, and just take yourself through the exercises that I'm describing in your mind. This can have enormous benefit. This session is a normal speed, full body Pilates session. This is for the days where your energy is normal to high, and also it could be used on a day where you're having a break from treatment. Of course, you must always do the exercises at your own speed with your own level of energy. Okay, so we're going to start off in standing with the feet hip-width apart. Ideally with bare feet, so you can feel the mat through your feet, toes pointing forwards, feet hip-width apart. Bend your knees, scoop and tuck your bottom under a little bit so you feel these muscles activating slightly as you scoop under. The weight should be slightly back through the heels, drop through the shoulders, broaden out through the chest, tuck the chin and lengthen the back of the neck. Now try and hold this position as much as you can throughout the movement and the exercises. So we're just going to draw the feet slightly closer at first so that we can swap and alternate these heel lifts. You're coming up into a calf raise and pushing one heel down. This is lovely to feel the movement around your feet and your ankles, stretching through the ankles, making sure everything's in alignment as well. The knee pointing forwards. Brilliant. Lovely. And let's move the feet again to hip-width apart. Hands down by your sides. We're going to squat and sit backwards, bringing the arms up forwards as we move. Sitting back as if you're sitting back onto a chair behind you. Shoulders down, just always being careful with these arm movements of any vascular access that you have. If you need to keep them more relaxed, then do so. Always strengthening and squeezing up through your thighs as you come up tall. Draw in through your abdominals and open the chest. Lovely. Couple more. Brilliant. Now let's activate those glutes in standing. Take the weight onto your right leg, if you're mirroring me, onto your right leg, and the left leg going straight out to the side there. Push the foot straight to the skirting board or the corner of the room there. Don't try and lift it up, I'll encourage you to go over to the side. Do use a chair or something next to you for balance, if you're concerned about your balance in standing. Otherwise, this is a wonderful exercise to work on that. You should be working these glutes quite strongly, and the standing leg. You're working to keep yourself stable. Lovely. Let's swap onto the other leg. Take the weight onto that leg, draw up through it, tuck your bottom under, pull up tall, and push the other leg out to the side. Good. It should just skim the floor. If you're keeping your hips level, that's the important thing with this. Hands on the hips help. If you're keeping your hips level, then the foot should skim the floor as it comes in. You're not leaning over to the side. There'll be a little bit of leaning, but try and control it and stay up tall. Lovely. All right, stop there. Shake the legs off a little bit. Bend the knees slightly. Tuck your bottom under. Drop your shoulders. Palms facing up. We're going to take one arm out to the side at a time. Think about a soft piece of fruit between your elbow and your body. A peach or something like that. You don't want to squish it or let it drop away. You're trying to hold your arms in that position. While we're here, just thinking about the shoulders down, the weight slightly back through the heels, the posture is poised. Lovely. Take both hands out to the side, stretch out, elbows back in, hands back together. Make sure you keep your shoulders down. Push your fingertips out to the side each time. Good. Straighten the elbows fully. On the next one, we're rotating the hands down and back up again. Good. Really get that stretch through the arms, but do be careful of the vascular access through that arm. Just lessen the movement. Slow it down slightly. Or if you feel concerned at all, miss it out. Good. Lovely. We're going to do some rotations. Both hands out. Stretch out, rotate. Be careful not to switch and rotate the hips as well. Fingers out, rotate, keep those hips pointing forwards. Take your head with the movement as well. So follow it. Another common mistake with this one is to bring the arm across the body like that and not actually rotate the body at all. So make sure you're rotating around your upper chest. Good. One more. Lovely. All right. So if you feel okay with your vascular access arm, let's stretch forwards and up. Make sure you keep your ribs down. Don't stretch up with the shoulders or lower them too much. Keep them in line. And we're going to stretch over to one side and come back to center. Push up with the other arm and stretch over. We're trying to keep strong with our middle. Draw in your tummy. Keep the weight back through your heels. Pushing up and over and stretching. Again, if you feel anything untoward through that arm, just ease off. Do the exercise more gently or come back down. Lovely. So let's stretch the palms forwards, round and down. Wonderful. We're going to come to the end of the mat. I'm going to give you the choice to roll down and come down onto the floor. If you feel vulnerable at all about that, use your chair to help you down. So come to the end of the mat. Again, feet hip width. Take a nice breath in, not too strong, and curling down. Be careful of any vascular access around the middle and around the arm. I'd like you to not stay here for too long. We'll bend straight away to sit on the heels and come forwards. Just take a second to check in with yourself, make sure you feel okay about that sudden change of position. And if you need to sit and breathe for a second, then do. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. There. You can step a little bit forward to take the pressure off the wrists, or you can be down on the elbows to protect any vascular access through that arm. I'm going to rock us forwards and backwards, just gently, just to feel what you need to do around your shoulder blades and your shoulders and your arms to stay strong in that position. Lovely. Settle in the middle. We're going to be stretching one leg out and one arm out. I want you to check around you to make sure you're not going to bash your hand or your foot on anything. Come a little bit back. We're going to stretch out the right leg. Let me move that out of the way. We're going to stretch out the right leg and the left arm. We're going to lift, down and in, and then the other. Things to be aware of here are your balance, but also not arching the back as you lift the arm and leg. No matter what level I take you to with this exercise, it's never appropriate to arch the back to get extra height there. We're controlling at the front. We're squeezing at the front to make sure that we don't arch. Out, lift, down, in. Out, lift, down, in. Lock the knee straight and the elbow. Point the toe. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears and tuck through your chin. Constantly thinking about connecting at the front, connecting the ribs to your pelvis through your abdominals at the front to close down and not allow the back to arch. Lovely. Okay, assuming you feel confident about the vascular access through the arm, we're going to do some thread the needle, which is stretching up and around with your right arm and then through. Okay? This is the exercise. However, if that makes you feel a little nervous, you can sit back, cross your arms across your chest and do some rotations here. Okay, let's assume our position. We're going to do 3 on each arm, stretching up with that right arm, around, push up and away through the weight-bearing arm, and then slide through, pushing through, rest the back of your shoulder and your head down to the floor. Come up again, up and round, and then through. Up and round, and through. Let's swap sides. Bring that hand down to the floor, stretching up and through. Lovely. Always paying attention to how everything feels. Check in with your body. Make sure you're not putting undue pressure on anything. Lovely. All right, we can come down onto our backs. So if you sit, bring your legs through, take your time with these transitions. Regardless of whether you're feeling good, you should always take your time to get into a different position. Okay, feet are hip width, everything nicely in line. Tuck through your chin, broaden your chest, sink those ribs down, find that little arch in the lower back, tighten through your pelvic floor, and then we're lifting and lowering alternate legs here, remembering to push down through the floor each time, and relaxing your breathing as you go. In through your nose, out through your mouth, making sure those hips are nice and level. Good, we're lowering one leg out and come back up, and lower out with the other one. Lovely. Keep working and tightening through the pelvic floor with the knowledge that that taps into these deep abdominals, the corset muscle that protects and tightens around your spine. With any of these abdominal muscles, just be careful if you have any access points around there. Great. Okay, we're going to bring the right leg to tabletop. We're going to stretch it out. Now the legs are level, thighs are level. Tighten that knee. Bring it back in, down. Other leg, up, out, in, down. Hit that tabletop position each time. Recheck your positioning. Good. Tabletop, foot is down. Stretch out, thighs level, back in and down. Keep going. Lovely, the chest is open, the chin is tucked. You've got your hands on your hips to make sure that you're not rocking from side to side. Lovely. Good. Okay, so as long as you don't have any problems around your abdominal and pelvis area, we can do a few crunches here. Bring your hands behind your head. Hook your fingers around each other if you want, and elbows nice and wide. Your elbows are framing your head. They're not coming in like this. We're going to initiate the crunch by drawing the ribs down towards the pelvis here. We're also going to think about a couple of springs on the back that are staying tight. So you're not opening at the back, that will create this position. I want you to maintain that little arch, crunch and scoop in through here. So hands behind the head, elbows wide, let's do our 10. Crunch and down. Close down at the front. Imagine a rectangle turning down into a square. Imagine a spider's web. Squeezing and closing. Brilliant. An extra little push at the top can't do any harm, as long as you're not experiencing any problems anywhere. Lovely. Let's do 3 more, keeping those elbows wide, no strain on the neck. Lovely. All right. Okay, so I'd like to take you through a set of hundreds. Now we have our abdominals engaged nicely. Hundreds are a crunch, just as we have, maintaining the little arch in the back, arms down by the sides. We're going to be pulsing the arms up and down, and I'd like to add a breath. So coming back down, let's all go together. Breathe in, breathe out, come into the crunch, stretch your fingertips down towards your toes. I'd like you to breathe in for 5, 3, 4, 5, and out for 5, 3, 4, 5. Good. 4, 5, broaden the chest. 4, 5, in, 5, out. Good, breathing in, 5, out. Head and shoulders down if you're struggling, and continue with the arms. Last 10, breathe in and out. Coming down, I'd like you to roll your head from side to side just to ease any tension that may have built up in there as you went. And as far as that lower back is concerned, if you bring your feet close towards your bottom, we can do a few shoulder bridges, tucking under, curling up, pushing your knees away, and then drawing the ribs down first as you come back down. Tucking under, curling up, push the knees away, and curl back down. We can stretch the arms up at the same time. Tucking under, curling up, stretch those arms up above the head, curl back down, they come back in front of you there. Curling up, And back down. And let's do one more. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to come back up into standing now, so make sure you take your time. Even on these feel-good days, this change in posture can be quite challenging. So, feel free to come up, hold onto the chair and stand up as you need to. The alternative, if you know you're feeling good, hands and knees, toes tucked under, stretch your bottom up. Let's push one heel down at a time to stretch through those calves. Push away with the hands, relax the neck and shoulders. Lovely. Walking your hands to your feet, bend your knees as required and curl your way back up. Okay, just to finish off, let's make sure we've got our posture in a good position. Feet, again, pointing forwards, knees bent, bottom tucked under. Relax the shoulders and tuck the chin. Let's just do a couple of breaths here to finish off. Breathing in, coming up onto the toes if you feel confident to. Breathe out, down onto your heels, hands behind your head. Breathe in, lift your shoulders. Breathe out and drop. Breathe in, stretch up, round and down. Roll the shoulders. Okay, so I hope you found it refreshing today to move through those series of exercises at a little bit of a faster tempo. Remember, if you've worked any areas quite hard, you can do some stretches both today and tomorrow to ease those areas off. Take care, and I'll see you on the next session.